It's time now for today's business news. Let's catch up with Greg Felly. Now, Greg, first quarter figures still coming in.
That's right, Eunice. They're coming in at the moment. And Air Arabia, the latest to issue their results. More on that in just a moment or two. First of all, the UAE's economy is expected to rise by up to 5% this year, and capital flows are likely to remain unchanged. That's according to the governor of the central bank. His Excellency Sultan Nasser Al Suwaidi said there is absolutely no significant change. When asked about capital outflows following the regional unrest in the Middle East and North Africa, he said that we are taking measures. Should there be any significant change, we will take steps. Suwaidi also said rents are expected to keep inflation in check if food and fuel prices were to go up, as the real estate sector remained under pressure, echoing his recent comments that lending growth, though sluggish, was reasonable. Dubai Properties Group has been showcasing its popular destinations at this year's Arabian travel market, from Dubai Land and the Walk at JBR to Business Bay and beyond. Earlier, I caught up with its CEO to find out the status of the company's portfolio. Dubai Properties Group is a subsidiary of Dubai Holding, and at this year's ATM, their exhibition takes guests on an interactive journey through their destinations. Its CEO is making delivery of promised projects his priority.
We've been very successful in the previous 2 years in terms of delivering what we have promised to the market, and now we're very much, as I said, working hard to deliver Rimram, the Bay Square and the JBR Beach Club. So these are actually the current phase 2 of the villa projects. So hoping that all of them will be delivered on time, which we're actually working hard on them, and planning also now to start at another 4 to 5 projects for the coming year.
The first quarter of 2011 has already seen a much anticipated upswing in investment activity, and it's exhibitions like the ATM that puts the scale of the group's projects into context.
There are a lot of good investment opportunities actually coming up, and we have witnessed those in the last 4 months of this year actually. So we have done good deals so far in a couple of our projects, and now we're working hard to get some new ones for Dubai Land in terms of big projects within the territories of Dubai Land, and we're hoping to announce at least some of them end of the year.
One of their most famous projects is Dubai Land, designed as a phased development which will continue to open in line with market demand. Investors' eye on infrastructure and quality are critical in the coming years for success.
We're working hard to ensure that infrastructure issues are addressed in all our projects, but at the same time we're also anticipating the cooperation of the market and the customers, because we do have a lot of receivables from the market. To balance this equation, that will take a bit of time, but we are committed to it. On the quality side, as I said, so in all the projects that we have and the new ones, we're really focusing on those because that is the future of the Dubai Properties Group, and we're betting on that.
Dubai Property Group's The Walk at JBR has become one of the most distinctive and popular entertainment and shopping destinations in the UAE, last year attracting over 13 million visitors, opening up a world of opportunity for investors and business partners. Dubai expects passenger traffic at its airports to increase 7.2% annually for the next 10 years, putting it on course to attract almost 100 million travellers a year by the end of the decade. Dubai International, the Middle East's busiest airport, is on track to become the world's busiest airport for international passenger traffic in 2015, when passenger handling exceeds 75 million. By 2020, the number of passengers will reach 98.5 million, compared to 47.2 million last year, and cargo will top 4.1 million tonnes. Dubai World Central Al Maktoum International, which began cargo operations last year, will start passenger services in 2012. Dubai's success stems from capturing the sizable traffic between Asia, Australasia and the rest of the world. Well, Dubai's first low-cost airline has secured financing worth $80 million for the remaining Boeing 737-800 NG aircraft due to be received this year. The 8-year sale and leaseback agreement is for FlyDubai's 10th new Boeing aircraft, fitted with the new Sky interior to be delivered later this year. The new aircraft will support FlyDubai's continued capacity and network growth and is due for delivery in December. Air Arabia has just announced its first quarter results, which record continued profitability. Net profit for the 3 months ending March 31st stood at 44.2 million dirhams, a drop of 12% compared to 50 million dirhams in the corresponding period in 2010. Turnover of 513 million dirhams was recorded, an increase of 6% on the same period in 2010. The airline served 1.2 million passengers in the first quarter of 2011. Air Arabia's average seat load factor, or passengers carried as a percentage of available seats, stood at 85%. UAE markets ended mixed today. While the DFM lost ground, the ADX advanced slightly. Values on both markets were on the low side. What do the numbers look like today? Let's take a look now. And for now, that is the very latest from the Emirates News Business Desk. Yunus, back to you.
Greg, before we go to the break, when do you think the Dubai International Airport will take first position in the worldwide rankings?
The big #1 spot. Well, that position currently held by London's Heathrow, but the head of Dubai Airport says that it's going to be 4 or 5 years before we're #1.
That's not too far away, huh?
It's good, isn't it?
Thanks, Greg.